So the next one that we are going to discuss here is argument. So in logic, I'm expecting that you not try to see argument as like we are debating or exchanging statement with another statement. That is in general, maybe. But in logic, we call argument as a sequence of statement. So a sequence of statements in which the conjunctions of all these statements is said to imply the final statement. The final statement here we can say as conclusions. Can call it as a conclusion as well. So if we put into logical structures, he said here is a sequence of statements in which the conjunction, so sequence of statement in which the conjunction, so if we put statement 1, conjunctions statement 2, conjunctions statement 3, conjunctions and so on, regardless how many statements do we have, then is said to implies the final statement, which we call conclusions. So this is how we defined arguments in a logic. For examples, this is my favorite example because it's easy to understand and enough to show the elements of arguments itself. So the example says, if John arrive, oh sorry, not if John, if the train arrives late and there were no there is no taxis at this station, then John late for his meeting. Let me just put this on the next slide. Then John late for his meeting. So this is one statement. Then the following continue with the next statement. The train did arrive late at the stations. Another statement, then followed another statement again. John did not late for his meeting. So therefore will be the conclusions or the final statement. It says there were taxis at these stations. Now this is examples of arguments in the logic. So we have few statements here. Let's just highlight them. Sorry. The first statement I will put in yellow. If the train arrived late and there is no taxi at the station, then John late for his meeting. This is one statement. And then the next one will be the train did arrive late at the stations. And then another one will be John did not late for his meeting. So that's the third statement. And then the final here, therefore, there were taxis at the stations. So if we put label also again, we can put label. This will be P1, the entire things there, and then P2 here, and then P3 here, and then the conclusions in here. So we have 3 statements and 1 final statement or conclusions. Also, we can convert this English argument into logic structures or logical sentence by using the logical symbols. So the way we do it, I will show it to you one by one. I will highlight first the propositions. First one, we have things about train arrive late. And then we have statement or propositions about there is no taxi at this station. And then again, we have another one here about John late for his meeting. The next statement says about the train did arrive late. This is already have earlier on the previous one. So also the next one, John did not late for his meeting. We also already have this one. And the next one, there were taxis at the stations. Also we already have on the previous one. So now look at the logical connectives. Over here we have if, then. This is one statement. But in between of this if then we have and in the middle. Okay. The next one we don't have. It's a straightforward one statement. The train did arrive late at the stations. The next one also John did not late is also one and straight statements. And the other one we have therefore there were taxis at the stations. So if we put based on statement by statement, then we are going to have P1 and P2 and P3, which implies to C, final statement. But our P1 contains more than one propositions or statements as well, which we can expand this into. It's all about train. We put as A. No taxi. All about taxi we put as B. But since this is no taxi, then that will be not B. And all about John late for his meeting, we can put as C, for example. Oh, sorry. You can put as C. So the next one, the train did arrive late. This is we already represent as A. John did not late for his meeting. So earlier we have John late for his meeting as C. So John did not late for his meeting. It's become not C. Therefore, there were taxi. Taxi we already represent with B on top there. So if we put all of this and replacing these general structures of arguments in logic, so this is what we are going to have. For P1, we have A, and in the middle we have N. So and B, sorry, not B, should be implies B. So if A and not B, then John late for his meeting implies C. Okay, that will be P1. So we can put in a bracket so that we can see clearly this is only P1 yet. And now P2, the train did arrive late at the stations. So this one will be A. Continue. And P3, our P3 is not C. So not C in here. And implies the final conclusions, therefore there were taxi at the station, which is B. So now we have full structures, arguments to represent the one we already have above. So this is if we are going to convert this argument, which is in English, to logical structures, then this is how we get. Okay, so coming back to the main topic in this video is about argument. As I mentioned earlier in the very beginning, for this class we're not going to discuss much detail, but just to introduce to you about arguments. And here we know argument is a sequence of statements in which the sequence of statement P1, P2, P3 and so on, in which the conjunctions is said to imply to the final statement, imply final statement, like that. So that is what we call with argument. And here we already have one examples. We have in English, then we converted here into a logical structures. Okay, so I hope you can understand that. And then with this, then the lectures for today class fundamental of logic is considered complete up to this point again, and for the sake of the class, which is this discrete math class, so only up to that point I'm going to explain to you. We already have all, starting from the statement earlier, and then logical symbols, logical connectives, truth table, law of logic, tautology, contradictions, tautological equivalence. We already have all. And the last one, just now we discussed about arguments. So if anything you would like to discuss or anything in doubt, you may put your comments below on the comment sections, or you may ask in the LMS group, and let's see if anything I need to clarify regarding this video. Okay, So as usual, after complete watching this lectures video and clear all the doubt, so the next one, definitely you know it, you're going to have quiz. So you may proceed to your LMS and then check the quiz over there. Okay, so that is all for today class. Thank you for watching and see you on the next class. Good day.